What's happening, everybody? We're back. It is me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
The swaggy blerd, Winston A. Marshall.
We're back with the Season 2, Episode 6 review of Harley Quinn on the DC Universe. If you ain't seen the episode yet, come on back, because it's going to be spoilers. I hope to God.
Slide over. Why am I so...
Yeah, why they wanted to be so far over?
It's fine. I'm working on my traps, y'all.
I want to get some Harley Quinn posters, like, to put in here, too. Like, the animated Harley Quinn. Like, I have a Birds of Prey poster.
I mean, if y'all didn't see, apparently hella people that be writing on the show like us.
So, here's what happened. For those who saw the last week's episode, due to a fault of my own, because normally the statement is no fault of my own, due to a fault of my own, we ended up having to record this 3 times. Now, the first time it messed up was because I was ended up getting frustrated recording him doing a self-tape, so I ended up clearing up the file accidentally.
He deleted all the audio.
That was my bad. Second time we recorded, I didn't actually record.
He hit the record button, but he didn't turn the camera on. That's the easiest way to explain it. I don't want to get into the technical difficulties.
That's really the easiest way to explain it.
He hit record, but he essentially left the lens cap on. That's the easiest way to think of
without
that.
the lens cap being on. Yeah, but that's
No, I know what
you're saying.
The lens cap was on. The digital lens cap was on.
Yeah, that's basically issue. And so the third time, he was frustrated. And
because I was like, nigga, I have to go. I should have been gone. So we going to do this fast.
And no, he didn't even tell me this. He just all of a sudden turned his own speed notch up to 8.6 and was like, banging a Volvo.
My nigga, we got it done in 11 minutes. I was impressed.
I've never seen a review done. Now, here's the great thing about this one. So, we record these on Tuesday because we do Blerds in the Hood first, and then we decide to record these. Well, we're recording this on Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. And Blerds in the Hood, we decided to have a few tequila shots. Well, he decided to give me some tequila. Well, I've been frustrated with some technical issues and had more than 1 tequila. More than 2 tequila. Probably 3. So
because here's the thing. All right, he's had about 6 shots plus a seltzer. And the reason why I know he's up to 6 is because I remember how much I poured him in the cup, and I thought he was going to sip on that. He chugged that. We both collectively took 2 shots together, and I saw him pour 2 more shots for himself.
I did?
Yes. That's why I moved the tequila behind my chair, so if you went for it, I could slap your hand away.
Oh, I didn't know I did that.
You've had 6.
Oh, no. So, now... Now, he's drinking coffee, some strong coffee, because 5 minutes ago, he was around this motherfucker like this. And I was like, yo, I got this espresso, dog.
Yeah, my body doesn't let me sleep. This has nothing to do with Harley Quinn. I don't know why we're not getting this, but I can't sleep, and then the Instacarting and all that shit, so I just need to wake the fuck up.
So, listen, let's get into it. So, we came off of an amazing episode, the episode before, and so now we go, Harley and Ivy are in the bar.
Fuck. This is an 11, isn't it? God damn it.
It's a 9, actually.
This is a 9?
This is a 9.
Thank God you didn't give me the 11.
The 11 is an espresso.
It might be because you also put apparently half a pound of sugar in this bitch.
Fuck your kidneys. So, Harley and Ivy are in the bar, and they see
I look tired.
You look tired but full of energy.
I feel like that shit where you like about to pass out, but you were wired.
I'm just here, ladies and gentlemen. So, they in the bar, right? And, Harley sees the bartender dude. She's like, yo, that's the Joker. And Ivy's like, bitch, calm down. And so...
Well, we forgot what they were playing. They were playing Mary Fuck Kill.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, and the Joker.
She was like, well...
Kite Man, Mr. Freeze, and the Joker.
And so Ivy was like, well, one of them's my fiance, one's dead, and the other's your ex.
And the other one is also dead and is your ex, so ew.
Ew. So, like, ew. And so, basically, they're talking about that. They're joking. But then Harley looks up at the bartender and like, yo.
The Joker.
That's the
and
Joker.
She's like, God damn it. How many times I tell you I'm not going to sleep with your ex? No, that's the Joker.
And she's like, what? And she's like, well, remember when he wanted to throw me back into the vat of chemicals to make me normal? What if... And he fell into it. What if he's normal, mutated back to normal looking? And then so Ivy's like, yo... He's a bartender, giggling, having fun with customers.
Random straight white dude.
Straight white dude, like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Ivy's like, no, he's really playing something scheming. People don't change. Ivy again is basically like, bitch.
But see, this is what she does. She go ahead and throws a fucking Snapchat filter on that bitch with the fucking makeup, and all of a sudden she's like, ah! Oh, it's a joke.
Wait, hold on, get down behind the table like he ain't gonna see us. He's not gonna see us.
So then we kind of get into Ivy being like, no, that's probably him. Like, people don't change. And Harley goes, nope, that is quite the contrary. People do change. And like Ivy goes, bitch, I knew you were crazy when I met you. You had crazy eyes. She goes, oh, thanks. But no, seriously, people can change, and I'll tell you how. So then we get a flashback. This whole episode is essentially a giant flashback into Harleen Quinzel becoming Harley Quinn.
Which is kind of interesting because we've seen various iterations of how the Joker and Harley met.
This is right up the same.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've seen it where it's one where it's just you go into the office, you start, talking to him. He's a regular patient. The Suicide Squad version, the Batman the Animated Series version. But this one we see it's more so because of Harvey Dent and Jim Gordon, who are playing the most macho man of games against each other, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were going to go off the fact that she wrote a whole thesis about it.
Well, I was going to get to that, too.
Oh.
The fact that she did, they were playing the most macho games. She wanted to be an intern.
They're like, oh, bro, you did 100 push-ups before I did. I bet I can do more squats than you, bro. And at first I thought it was Bruce, and then I realized...
I thought it was, too. I was like...
Because the haircut's kind of similar, but then I was like, oh, that's Harvey Dent, okay.
And so Harleen is working because not only does she's a graduate psychiatrist, but she also has wrote a complete thesis on the Joker, why she believes he does what he does, what he's about, and everything. And so they're like, yeah, okay.
She goes, well, you hired me, of course, because of my thesis, right? I'm like, no, we hired you because you're cheap and you're a living body. So
because he's basically killed every other therapist they've had.
Which is the best part, is because she eventually goes to meet him. She's like, I can't really connect with him if I'm not within the cell. He grabs her with the pen and is like trying to like stab her in the throat, and she goes full gymnast on the motherfucker. The question is though,
the question I meant to ask, I was waiting to ask you this. The question is he really trying to stab her or see what she does?
But see, that's the thing. He's always trying to see what people are going to do.
Right.
I think just like that's the thing with the Joker, because he's always like 5 steps ahead. I think the minute he realized that she actually would push back, and honestly, I might even say from the fact that she spent all that time writing that, he himself, I would honestly believe in his own psychosis, is his own level of like a psychiatrist and knows how to read people.
Right, you spend so much time admiring me.
He knows he can he can manipulate the fuck out of her, and I think that was kind of his MO in the first place, because like she said, he's like, he wasn't trying to kill me, he was testing me, because there was a fucking a smiley face drawn on her from the pen that he had to her neck. I would make the argument that he knew she was a fucking gymnast. Because the same thing, if he read her knowing the Joker does his homework. That's what's so fucking weird about it.
No, I think that I agree. He definitely does. I mean, that's what makes him one of the greatest villains, in history. But the question beckons: how would he know she was a gymnast? How would he have the access?
But remember, it's the Joker. He wasn't always in Arkham.
Yeah.
When he was loose, if he knew someone was writing a fucking thing about him because he's a narcissist, he'd probably be like, oh, and do his research on Harleen Quinzel and be like, oh, okay, cool. And like, I can exploit her and things like that, because that's the thing. I the other thing that you find with abusers, which I love, that they subtly kind of get into this stuff. They manipulate you from the start. They know it's called love bombing. Mm-hmm. Love bombing is a situation where you overthrow a ridiculous amount of emotion to somebody so that they like sympathize with you or things like that, and then you can like manipulate them like that. So there are people that we've probably both met in our lives that they come at you so hard and it overwhelms you, and you're just like, oh my God, and you either want to take care of them or you feel bad for them or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And then they're able to just kind of do what they want, and that's exactly what the Joker does here. Long story short, she runs into Poison Ivy, who's just out here in these streets. Every time she gets a second, murders everybody.
Which, by the way,
one guard rips all the arms off.
She draws and quarters this motherfucker with vines. Like,
they just keep setting her on fire. Remember when Harvey was like, they were like, yo, you can't just set inmates on fire. He's like, not yet. Vote for Prop 17.
Yo, which, by the way, Harvey Dent is an asshole. We know he's running to stay the district attorney in Gotham, but that's all he gives a fuck about. Like, if they escape, they escape. Well, what about the votes? What about the voters? What about the voters? Like,
but that's what I appreciate. That's done really good storytelling with Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent was not just the Mr. Goody Two-Shoes that became an asshole.
I wondered, yeah.
He's like 95% a good dude, and then that split personality is just barely sitting there that comes out in Dark Times, because they did it in The Dark Knight.
Yes, they did.
They did it in this, where it's like, he is a good dude, but there's this fucking sinister side just come out waiting.
And the thing is, we see it because 1 minute he's empathetic to everything going on. Again, we got to save Dr. Quinzel. But at the same time, it's like, yo, is she a registered voter? Like, that's pretty much what he would matter. You know?
And then the people, the polls.
The polls. Right. The people, right? He would, think about that. And so you see all that. And what was it? There was another thing happening at the same time. What the fuck were they doing? The stuff with the bikes?
Oh my God, the espresso is really kicking in now. And I said it with an accent. I'm so disappointed in myself. You might get 8 times fucking review by accident this time.
I just want to say for the record, it wasn't even espresso. It was regular coffee.
This is just coffee?
Yeah. Shouts out to Nespresso. They have a level of 1 to 11, 11 being the highest. So I made him a coffee that's called Intensio, and the level is at a 9. Anyway.
He also told me he put like a pound and a half of sugar in this.
I did not throw that, because if I threw that much sugar in there, this motherfucker be against the walls like Ricochet Rabbit. And so...
You're going to make me diabetic, bro.
So you see Harley going through all this, but again, there was something else going on. I can't remember what it was when they were getting away from somebody, because they were riding on bikes and shit. And
you're thinking about that monkey that tried to get out that child in real life.
No, it was like she was thinking about a loss of... What the fuck was I watching? Thinking about a loss of their home world. Oh, no, that was Family Guy. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else completely. My bad. I was watching Family Guy. I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I've been drinking.
So, okay, long story short.
I don't know why I told it.
Yo, here's the funny thing. We were almost done with the review by now because I was on one, and now we have.
So the whole time, Ivy has been murdering people, but then at one point, Harley realizes Ivy is just basically misunderstood.
Ivy's misunderstood, and the Joker, no one has actually talked to him like a human. She's like, I just need to connect with him. I'm going to figure it out. And she goes, okay, he was in group with Ivy. I'm going to go talk to Ivy. So Ivy was like, yo, what'd y'all talk about, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, everybody has daddy issues. Mm-hmm. So then she's like, so tell me about your, like, home life. I was like, I'm not going to do that shit. Like, fuck that. And she goes, okay, you do something for me, I'll do something for you. Because there's, the other thing, they're the race against time. It's the quid pro quo. Well, no, there's a race against time. Quid pro quo. And there's a race against time because the Joker's planted a bomb in Gotham. They don't know where the fuck the bomb is. That's the real reason that they're trying to push to, like, get the bomb. So at one point, for example, they're like, oh, well, Batman will get it because he's just been, like, hiding in the back the whole time. Okay, it's like, yo, you've been in the whole time?
He's just been sitting there chilling. Like, he's just been there. Like, first of all, it's reminiscent of The Dark Knight, where they bring in the Joker questioning in Gotham's in the GCPD, and then Batman is there out of nowhere. But also, Batman beats the shit out of the Joker, right, in The Dark Knight. Batman is whooping the entire
shit out of him. Holy fuck, he beat the fuck out of him.
He beat the entire shit out the Joker the whole time. And again, this is what makes the Joker the Joker. No matter what type of ass whooping he got, he's still just laughing.
Well, what I love about this show, everybody is a fucking idiot. Everybody. Every single person is a fucking moron that gets made fun of. Everybody can get these jokes, including Batman, because he beats the shit out of the Joker. He's like, well, we're just not going to get anything out of him. So then Harley goes in. Harley does, like, talks to him.
And gets everything out.
Well, hold on. You gotta so build up. So it's the fact that she talked to Ivy. Ivy was like, he has daddy issues. He tells a whole story about Mr. Ferris the ferret and how he loved this pet. And then one day his dad just came in. The ferret was gone. Dad beat the shit out of him with this shit-eating grin on his face. All this kind of stuff. These daddy issue things. And she's just like, oh, man.
Did you notice the Dark Knight reference in that part?
Which part?
When he said,
you want to know how
I got these emotional scars?
Yeah, exactly. But there was a lot this whole episode. So the fact that Batman was waiting in the darkness and came out the door, oh, have you just always been there? And then beats the shit out of him. There's so many nice little references to it. Mm. Eventually, the quid pro quo was, I will tell you my story.
I just want to
and I'll tell you where the bomb is, but I hate, and he lays, and this is the other thing, this is where he's brilliant. Early on, because remember, she's like, why are you obsessed with the Batman? He had gotten his lunch. He's like, you know the worst part about maximum security? You got to eat by yourself. While he's making a little Batman portrait. It's like, you got to eat by yourself. So yes, I will tell you my story. I'll tell you where the bomb is, but you got to you have to have lunch with me in the cafeteria.
That's all I want. It's just lunch in the cafeteria.
That's all he wants. So he tells the whole story about how the mom just let him get his ass beat and how he's like, I didn't trust humans after that, all that kind of stuff. And then he's like, fine, we'll do it. They sit down. The bomb is in the heart of Little Italy. And so Harley's like, this is what happened. This is what I mean by everybody get these jokes. Like, damn, Harley did that shit. Bruce goes, whatever, it was a rookie move.
Batman goes, yeah, whatever, rookie move. She got lucky.
Beginner's luck.
Right, he did say, beginner's luck.
Yeah, but you remember, then they all are like, we got to race over there, get so all the cops leave, and then Gordon goes, I gotta ride with you. But then he made him sit behind the seats.
In the back.
It's not even like a back seat. He's just like cramped in the.
And the whole time, Gordon's like,
can I just sit up in it?
No. Gordon, you can tell he's switching. He's like, I can fit right there. No.
So they get to Little Italy. There is literally a heart statue. Bruce, Batman, scans it. It's like, there's no bomb here. And so then Harley and the Joker are having lunch at like Sloppy Joe's or something. And he's like, oh, that's Francisco. They call him Little Italy. And he was like, he makes the best Italian food in all of America.
I thought it was Luigi.
Might have been Luigi.
It was Luigi, yeah.
It's making shit up, man. I'm on coffee. I don't fucking know. So, either way... Oh, shit. I'm kicking it in the high.
When has there been an excuse ever, though? I'm on coffee? And there's normally I'm on cocaine?
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine, caffeine. Okay. So, long story short, he's like, yeah, this Little Italy, he does the best Italian food anywhere, like Arkham, Gotham, like all this shit. And so then, I can't collect my thoughts. Jesus. And so that's all of a sudden where Harley goes, oh, fuck.
She realizes Little Italy.
And then Little Italy goes, I don't feel so good.
And the moment just explodes.
Wall blows out. Joker starts laughing and shit. So before that happened, because Harley went by Ivy before she went to have the lunch, she was like, hey, thank you for helping that, blah, 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 blah.
She was like, I want to give you something. And I was like, fuck.
She gave me a cut plant. I could kill you right now. I was like, yeah, but you won't.
But you won't.
And then she, grows the rose or whatever. So then the Joker kidnaps Harley because the wall's blown out. He was trying to escape. He's going to use her as a hostage and shit. And all of a sudden you see Harvey Dent's like, fuck it, we got to kill him. And it's like, sir, if I shoot, I'm going to hit Harley. And Harley's like, I don't give a fuck. Shoot anyway. So all of a sudden shoots a bullet. And then Poison Ivy says that she shoots a vine up and it catches the bullet and shit. No, it's mine. So puts the vine up, which blocks the bullet and ends up saving her and then saves it for the Joker, slaps him the fuck out the way. And she goes, why did you save me? She goes, because no one's ever given me a gift before. It's the nicest thing that ever happened or whatever. And Harley sees Two-Face and goes, you're a piece of shit, you two-faced motherfucker.
And then the end Ivy goes, so you gave him the name Two-Face?
Yeah, and this motherfucker's out here just not even giving me my respect and none of that shit. So, and eventually we get to that. They kidnap the bartender. They take him back. They have Dr. Psycho read his mind. He really is just about his kids and fucking espresso and all sorts of random shit.
He's not about Nespresso. He's about his kids and his family, though. I don't know why you put espresso in it.
I don't fucking know. Get the fuck away from me. And so they're like, I guess he really isn't the Joker. He really is just some random dude or his mind really got wiped. It's fine. So then they're like, fine, we'll leave him alone. And they decide to leave. And then when they do, he'd randomly get the text from his family and his wife, because it's not his actual kids. Because they're like, how did the Joker have kids? It's his girlfriend's kids.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, they got the pasta sauce. And they're like, they got these big ass shit eating grins on their face and they got pasta sauce all over them. Oh, we forgot to mention before that it was all Ivy's story. They was like, oh, Mr. Ferris was my affair. My dad beat me. I didn't care for my parents.
And she was like, how did he get that story? We were in group together. And so basically, we found out that, like I said, it was the girlfriend's kids. And so he looks at the picture and then he just goes, he just starts having this loud Joker grin. She just destroyed who was in the car. There's nothing in the car. There ain't even a drop in this motherfucking drop. Look at it.
There's a lot of brown there. Give that back. There's brown in there. I can drink that. Give me that. Give me that shit. Thank you. If you had to rate this, what would you rate it, man?
After the way I give it a 4.5. It didn't have the emotional peak and everything that it got me with the whole nerds and the calling out trolls and shit, but it still is up high there with me. The way the story, the show and the Joker, and how he can manipulate stories. And to show the origin, also, we saw the origin of the Joker and Harley, but the origin of the Harley and Ivy. So I get that 4.5 stars. Bam. You?
You know what it is? I drink coffee when we have regular life, but I haven't needed coffee for 2 months because we've been in quarantine. This shit is hitting me the way it used to hit me in college. I just refused to drink it. And now And now it's just like on some other level shit, bro. Like I'm like so hyped right now. I'd have to give it like a 4.5 for show. Like it was a good ass episode. I love the fact that they kept true to the Joker, that he doesn't really have an origin. He just makes shit up to fuck with people. That was great. I like the idea that the chemicals did kind of like run him back and shit. There was some like solid jokes in this motherfucker.
Run back.
You know what I'm saying? What about running back? Wait, run it back real quick. Double or nothing, nigga. Like what are you talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, did you put drugs in the coffee? Is that just coffee and sugar?
That's the coffee and sugar.
Holy fuck.
Black coffee and a little bit of sugar. It actually wasn't even. It was actually a teaspoon. Anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna crash so hard.
I want to know what you think about this episode in the comments below. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell.
Yeah, no, do that. Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh man, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington. It's spelled below. Patreon, the Supervillain Squad. Patreon.com/Mr. J Washington. Check out the Mad Titan podcast where I get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes. And check out Blerds in the Hood with the two of us every Tuesday live 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 on the East Coast, man. We do it all. We get crazy and then some. And sometimes we have technical issues. And for him, check out the Swaggy Blerd.
You sure you didn't put none of this? Why am I so hyped? All right, look, yeah, check me out, the Swaggy Blerd, THESWAGGYBLERD. It's right there at the bottom. That's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Patreon.com/theswaggyblerd. Letterboxd, I'm doing movie reviews. I'm actually going to start, I realize, like, I've seen all the Star Wars movies a billion times. I'm going to probably do, like, a quick, like, already seen it review on Letterboxd, because we just did May the 4th. And, yeah.
I'm yawning because I need coffee and you
should totally have some, man. It's great. And the quarantine series. If you haven't been watching, my patrons get it first, but every Friday, excuse me, new interview with somebody. This week is actually with my.
Just want y'all to know this shit is not playing. This nigga is really like this.
Wow. It's amazing how your body adjusts to things, and like, god damn, I'd be terrified to have pre-workout right now. I would be afraid my heart would explode. Whew. Anyway, yeah, that's all that. Come back for these reviews. Yeah. Go ahead, man. You got it. You can close it out.
Thank y'all for checking this out. We appreciate y'all. We'll holler at y'all next week. Take care. We out of here. Bye. I feel like this motherfucker's gonna jump out my window.
Deuces. Yeah.